Welcome to DWI Steelers segment. That's Duve, that's Wax, I'm Illy, and we got a special guest all the way down in ATL again, Bertronians, Burton P.
Yeah.
What up, fam?
What up, what up?
Welcome to the show, man.
Hell yeah, we've been trying to get you on here for months. Glad you can make it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, listen, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Fellas, big fucking win today, y'all. Big win. Listen, those of you that are at home, I need y'all to do three things. I need y'all to like, share, and subscribe because we're coming at you 100 miles an hour. So, without further ado, dude, how you feeling about this win, man?
Man, 3-0, I'm with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you'd have told me 3-0 at the beginning of the season before it started, like, I'm all the way with it. I'm buying them tickets, so let's go. Like, we look good today. It was a gritty game, you know what I mean? But like we pulled it out,
No doubt.
And the whole game, I really never thought that we was gonna lose. You know what I mean? Like I felt we always had, even when we was down, I felt like we still had control of the game. So.
No doubt. How about you, Wax?
Man, I feel the same way, man. I feel like it was kind of slow in the first half, you know what I mean? And then the second half came through, and we picked it up, started moving the rock. You know what I mean? It was a good game. Good game.
Hey, Bert, I know you down in ATL enjoying the good weather, man, but how was you feeling down there representing the 412, man, out there with all them farmers and foreigners down there, man? How was you feeling, man?
Shit, it was a good win, you know what I'm saying? We coming together slowly but surely.
No doubt. No doubt. I remember you and your homies had a saying, man, we starting to come together like butt cheeks, man. So with that being said, man, I'm happy about it.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir, man. So let me ask y'all this collectively. How do you see as far as the gameplay with the defense today? Do you feel like the penalties wasn't there so it enabled us to pretty much dictate the outcome of the game? Wax, I'm going to start with you.
Well, in my opinion, man, I think we need to just like tighten up a little bit because they were kind of exposing us in the secondary.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was making a couple good passes to open receivers. Like it just seemed like the first half we were like a step behind every time he threw the ball.
Right.
But second half they turned up a little bit better. You know what I mean? We was getting more pressure, which made him to like make a couple questionable passes, which went towards us. But we just got to tighten up a little bit. That's all.
How about you, Bert? Do you feel like that they turned it up defensively, which enabled us to control the game?
Yeah, in the second half, turned sure. I don't got to look at turn about the defense. Our defense is down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If our offense can play to the level our defense is playing, we going to.
Right. What about you, Louis? How you feeling?
I think we got the best defense in the league. Like, I don't even think it's a question. So, I'm not really concerned about them, like Bert said. A few times, you know, they had to, they probably got to clean up a few things. But, you know, it's still early in the season. But like you said, the second half of both of these last two games, man, it was shut down. So, that's what, you know, I mean, I have no problem with the D.
Right. I mean, I will say this, man. Hubert had me worried back there a couple times. Like that first touchdown that they scored,
right,
where they had our secondary in a disarray, and then it seemed like a couple of guys were off their cue.
Right.
And I felt like it was going to be a long game after that touchdown. But like you guys all said, that they really put things into perspective. I guess Coach went in there and drew some shit up and went in his bag defensively,
right,
and was able to stop that flow of traffic. Now, let me ask you this, Bert. How you feel when Herbert went down?
It was over after that.
Right.
Yeah, it was over after that. I felt like we was going to win anyway, but once he went down, it was over.
Right. Now, I'm gonna address the elephant in the room, and that's our offensive run. Now, Duve, how do you feel moving forward? We're going to have to address this situation.
I guess they just got to keep pushing forward with it because this is like pretty much what they've been working on this whole time. But Najee, like I said, Najee's good in the second half. Yeah, hold on. Najee's all right in the second half. I just wish he'd be able to get some of those runs in the first half, you know what I mean? Because if we're going to base our entire offense on running the ball, we need to run the ball. We need to be effective with it.
They got a block for it, though.
Yeah, that's a fact. Everybody got to work better.
How do you feel about it, Wax? How do you feel about the offense and our running situation?
It wasn't looking too great, man. Like, I know we have like a young line, you know what I mean, and it's gonna take a minute for them to mold and build together and stuff. But we don't have that much time. You know, we have to get on it right now. Like, Najee is kind of making me nervous. I feel like we should have Warren starting and bring Najee in on third and shorts because he's not impressing me at all. You know what I mean? But I mean, so far we're winning with it. So you know, you might not want to change the recipe just yet, but we got to tighten up. We have to tighten up.
Most definitely. I feel like our run game was abysmal today. I feel like they could have did things more effectively in order to move forward with a great offensive tack with that ground and pound. I know both running backs had under 100 yards, but I will point out a good point on our offense, and that was Freiermuth coming alive and Arthur Smith utilizing that tight end position.
And you know, Fields is impressing me every week. You know what I mean, more and more. So like as far as Fields and Wilson, like there's no way I'm putting Wilson back in. I wouldn't say back because he never was there, but like I'm not putting Wilson in there over Fields at this point. Like I'm letting him ride it out until he stinks it up.
Right, I agree.
He been playing solid. What y'all think? What y'all think about the Fields and Wilson thing?
I told you automatically, I'm not putting Wilson back in there. I'm not putting him in there for the rest of the season. And I did see something on the internet today where Miami might be trying to acquire a deal with trying to get Wilson because they're in that quarterback dilemma.
Right.
So if that were to happen, you wouldn't see me shed a tear. I wouldn't panic or feel some type of way because I feel like we might be able to utilize him in a good trade. Maybe get a first-round pick somewhere in that area. So he's a dispensable player.
All right.
As far as I'm concerned. Now, if you really want to get technical and tic-tacky with it, back to that run game, you got to figure. Najee had 18 carries for 70 yards. And to me, being a premier back, it's going to take more than that. He had 3.9 yards a carry. Now, every 3 times he touches the ball, it's a first down, but we need that attack early in the game. He had a burst towards the end of the game, which enabled us to seal and solidify that win.
Right.
But it needed to come quicker than that.
Right. It's all about consistency.
Correct.
And he's not consistent with running the rock. It seems like we always say, like he's running in mud or quicksand because he doesn't have that explosive first step.
Right.
Like everybody else is trying to prove. You know what I mean?
All right, what you think? Well, you team Najee? Because you know up here we're like, this nigga here, man.
I don't know. I don't think he's bad. I just think he's fine stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He get 1,000 every year.
He does, and that's my big point. I always say that to these two guys, but I'm starting to see it their way because 1,000 is a good stat as far as repeating and solidifying your contract. But this is a contract year for that brother. So he's going to have to do more than that just to be able to come back next year and earn more change. Now, with Justin Fields, just to make a point, that brother went 25 for 32, 245 yards with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. So I'm going to come back at you with another question, Bert. How did you feel when he threw that pick?
Shit. That was some bullshit, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it wasn't his fault.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he been doing a good job not turning the ball over.
Right. He has. He didn't have any turnovers in the first half. That second half when we came out, like you said, the guy stuck his hand up and it popped up in the air and it was anybody's ball at that point.
Right.
So I feel at that point, he almost has an asterisk by that interception.
Right.
Because he would have did.
Yeah.
He was throwing some dimes out there. That pass he threw to Calvin Austin, man, that was a dime.
Yeah, it was.
And he gave him with a nice amount to run and take off with it, and that nigga took off. So shout out to him for that. We needed that, and that touchdown he ran in was a nice read because he read he read the option and read it right and waltzed in there like it was and didn't get touched. So
right. I do want to make a point though. When you say Calvin Austin, you put that third on there.
Got you. Calvin Austin, the third. We ain't trying to disrespect the second or the first.
No doubt. So if you watching this shit, Calvin, you did your motherfucking thing today. Calvin Austin the third. But I will say this. Defensively, let's go on the defensive side for a hot second.
All right.
My man TJ Watt. Wax, what kind of jersey is up?
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
So you're representing Watt today?
For sure.
That's the second week in a row somebody had your jersey on. So in order to get your jersey worn by one of us, you got to be a standout player. That brother is moving up in the ranks as far as sacks are concerned. Mm-hmm. Because today, he is the second youngest player to record that many sacks in a game. Mm-hmm. Or in a season, excuse me. And to me, that's something that, you know, a lot of defensive linebackers or defensive ends or anybody on the defense wants to do to solidify their spot as the best defender out there.
Listen, to be second to Reggie White is
an accomplishment.
It's greatness, because that dude was out of this world great. And if you're second to him, like you're in good company.
Right. He was hell on wheels, man. He was hell on wheels, man. So in order to be behind Reggie, like y'all said, he got to be doing something that spectacular.
Right.
So moving forward, let me ask you this, Bert. We got the Indianapolis Colts next week. They're coming off of a win versus Chicago today. How do you think we're going to fare?
That's a dub.
You think it's a dub?
Yeah, that's a dub. It might be a good game, but that's a dub.
They've been playing as good since Peyton Manning. So, you know, I always say that the Indianapolis Colts brings everything and more when we play them. Right. But I would agree.
Richardson is a beast. My bad to cut you off, but Richardson, he gonna be an animal.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Taylor ain't no slouch, so we're gonna have to deal with both of them.
Yeah, he been a beast.
Right. But I'm with you, Bert. I think that's a dub too, man. I think we're going 4-0, man. As long as we can keep those turnovers down, like we can beat anybody, to be honest.
How about
defense playing?
How about you, Wax? How do you feel about playing the Indianapolis Colts next week? What do you?
Oh, it's a dub, man. Like, we just got to get some pressure to disrupt some things, make a couple of open field tackles, because like we missed a couple tackles today that we should have had. I mean, they weren't for losses, most of them, but you know, we were like arm tackling. But tighten that shit up, man. We're coming home with a victory, man.
Now, still staying on the defensive side of the ball, who would your player of the game be for today, Bert? Who was your Who do you feel like did a good job on defense?
Yeah, TJ, all the time.
Right.
TJ.
How about you, dude?
I'm with him. TJ's defensive MVP so far to me, man. Like, you know what I mean? But, like, other than TJ, my boy Herbig had him a nice little sack.
Yeah.
I liked Peasy Jr. came up and made a nice tackle that we needed for loss. So, you know what I mean? Like, but TJ, of course. You know what I mean?
How about you, Wax?
I'm going TJ with honorable mention of Herbig.
Okay.
And I seen Queen out there trying to do his thing too. He was popping around the ball a little bit, so I throw his name in there too. But
he should have had that pick.
Yeah, he should have. He definitely made his presence felt. But I'm gonna say TJ, Herbig, and my Manny Landon, man. He came through with a primetime ass sack, man. Or was it? It was a sack.
Yeah.
He came through with a primetime sack, and I feel like the defense is. I feel like the defense is going to be one of those type of deals that catapult us into the forefront. As of right now, fellas, we're sitting at 3-0.
Right. Another one I want to say that nobody mentioned is Cam. Cam Hayward had a real good game.
Do you feel like he earned his keep, dude?
Oh, yeah. He always does.
I'm saying for that contract renegotiation.
Yeah, he did. You know, we was kind of talking shit like, all right, nigga, come on now. But he did his thing.
I get it, but I wasn't. You know why? Do you know why?
I know why.
Do you know why?
Kind of.
Bert, I'm going to ask you all the way down in ATL. Do you know why?
Tell me why.
Because I'm willing and dealing, and that's what happens when we wheel and fucking deal up here. We go ahead and state the obvious, because I told you there's gonna be a lot of fucking bloodshed out there when them Steelers come to town and come to play. So with that being said, I knew for a fact we was gonna withhold that damn defense and keep that intensity very high. We needed a surge from that front line. We needed that surge, and we got that. And I'd like to say this. I'm gonna take this opportunity to jump my ass all the way out this fucking out this window, because there's no fucking way that I'm sitting up here saying that we're gonna do all this winning without wheeling. So, fellas, moving forward, not only are we gonna be 4-1 or 4-0 next week, but I'm going back to Narnia. I only came back just to do this fucking show, and then I'm on my way back to Narnia, because you know they say I live in Narnia when I go ahead and talk to the people at home and say what the predictions are going to be and how we're going to be sitting in week 17, and I'm saying what I've been saying. We're going to be 17-0 or 16-1. Either one, you go ahead and pick it. But we gonna do our fucking thing, man, because that's what the fuck we do. We're wheeling, dealing, and making shit happen.
Right.
Whoa!
Listen, I hope you're right. I ain't gonna, if you're right, I give it to you.
Y'all heard that.
But if you're wrong, we're gonna tell you, like, come on back home. You can leave the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe right where the fuck they are. But, that don't mean you ain't a fan.
Yeah, I get it. But, one thing about it, and the people at home know, matter of fact, I'm not even going to tell them shit.
Until what?
Until they do 3 more things.
And what's that?
Like, share, and subscribe. You know why, dude? Because it doesn't cost you a dime.
Not a dime.
It don't cost you anything but your time. So if you guys can do that for us, we'll be forever grateful.
Yeah.
But
and hit that comment section.
yeah, get down there in the comments, man. Let us know how you feel. I know we're getting a little bit more alive down there with those comments, but don't be afraid, because we'll be dropping this and coming straight to you tomorrow morning. It's going to be 9 o'clock Central Time, or 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 10 o'clock Central Time, if that's right. Yeah. But we don't live Central, so who knows?
Eastern and Central is behind us now.
Either way, we're going to be coming to y'all's ass, and we're going to be coming at y'all live. And as soon as you go grab your coffee and your donut, and you're sitting down at your desk, you're going to be like, those motherfuckers are always right. Because this is what we do. We bring you live Steeler comment, and we want to bring it to you in such a way to where you're excited about it every single week. Now, you know what time it is, dude. It's prediction time.
Okay.
Now, last week we had Truss on here, and we all predicted a score, and I think you came the closest, Wax. I think you was about 3 points away. So, Bert, being that you're our guest, I need a prediction on what the score is going to be. So I need you to get... Damn.
Wait, say it again.
28-17.
All right.
Damn. You came up with that quick. You said that like the that girl off the water boy when she was like, we gonna win. The score's gonna be blah, 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 blah. Shit. So 28-17 who?
Steelers.
Okay. How about you, Wax? What you think? What's your prediction?
I'm going 24-17.
Okay.
The Steelers.
Okay.
Dude.
I'm gonna go 27-17.
That's fair. All y'all saying 17. Bert, you done started something.
Right.
But I'm going to go ahead and get off track because, like I said, I live in Narnia. So I'm going to say we going to straight up kick their ass. It's going to be 24-10. Okay. They're going to kick a field goal, and they might score a touchdown.
Right.
So if not, it's going to be 24-9.
I can see that.
With 3 field goals.
And they got a young quarterback, and we got the defense that can trick him and spin him around in circles. So he's nice, but like he ain't had to deal with them dogs that we got yet.
And they're going to be off the leash.
Right.
So, for that, I'm happy. See, because here's what it is. In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, we're hardworking citizens who love 3 things. We love getting that money, we love our women, and we love the Steelers. So, and on top of that, God. So, it's going to be God, women, money, Steelers. and not in that order. So you put it in any order you want to. But this is what we do here. We call the shots and we bring the pain.
Yes,
so
sir.
moving forward, I want to say this as far as just a whole. The Steelers are going to be one of the first teams in the NFL to pretty much show everybody that they can come to the forefront and bring it on a regular basis every week to your homes. They're going to bring that shit like nobody's business, and it's going to be this season, and it's going to be for seasons to come. Right. But y'all always say that I get too ahead of myself, so I'm going to go one game at a time.
No, listen, I think we are on the radar, though. At the beginning of the season, they was writing us off, but 3-0, you're on the radar now. We're not going to sneak up on anybody else this season. So, I think everybody's going to be checking for us now, especially, we're number one in the AFC North. And we're a team that everybody's looking at now. Like, their defense is live. If Justin Fields is playing the way he's playing, because like I said, he was throwing some darts out there. We're a team to beat. Be honest.
Yeah. We're the Kings of the North,
right?
Undefeated, so running far. This shit. We are running this shit, man. Undefeated.
I will say this: Baltimore's up on Dallas right now.
Whooping that ass too.
Cleveland lost, and Cincinnati plays tomorrow. So I hope out of the three teams, one of them's gonna pull it off. But as of right now, what's our record, Wax?
We're 3-0.
Okay, 3-0. So the rest of the shit really don't matter now, does it?
It doesn't. We just gotta keep winning and keep our foot on the fucking gas. That's it.
No doubt, no doubt. So
yeah,
like we always say, Steelers football forever and ever and fucking ever. Now, let me ask y'all this. Is there anything else y'all need to tell these people at home that they already don't know about these Pittsburgh Steelers?
I'll just stay tuned. You know what I mean? I think we're going to turn some heads this season. So I'm looking forward to the next game and the next game and the next game.
Right.
What you think, Wack?
Shit, I think, let's just keep doing what we doing, man. Manage the game. We have to put some more points on the board, but that comes with experience and time. You know what I'm saying? And let's get to it, man. Let's get to these playoffs. I don't want to look like that forward ahead, but right. Let's go. Let's go Steelers.
How about you, Bert? Anything else you want to say to the people at home about your Steelers?
Shit, man. All them Justin Fields. Just keep watching.
Oh yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. Dude, let me ask you one more thing before we split.
Yeah.
Arthur Smith, do you feel like he was a good add-on to our team?
So far, I'm not too mad at his offense. It's just the offensive line isn't. The offensive line and the running back aren't
on the same.
They're not Derrick Henry and who he had before. He had a monster line and Derrick Henry. We don't have that, so that's why our offense needs some time to get adjusted to it. But so far, so good. Like, we don't have many turnovers. The one turnover we had today was kind of a fluke. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm with it. I'm willing to give him a shot. Anything's better than Canada.
No doubt. So you heard that, Matt. You can kiss our ass. So wherever you're at, we hope that you see this shit every day. And you know what he said. He was like, oh, them motherfuckers are going to fail without me. Mm-hmm. I guarantee when he left that damn locker room with that box in his hand, that brown box they always give you with your shit in it.
Right.
You motherfuckers are going to miss me. And then when you call me back, it's double. Fuck you. How about that, Matt Canada? So I'm going to say this in behalf of all Steeler Nation. Kiss all of our ass at home, Matt Canada. Arthur Smith, you're doing a hell of a job so far. Keep up the work, and we need to score more points and solidify an offense to where we can enjoy it as much as we do that defense.
Let Fields cook.
Yeah. What about Boswell? Did he come through again today?
He always do.
So, hey, Boswell, you're doing a hell of a job, my brother. If this makes it back to the locker room, man, keep doing what you're doing, man, because you definitely showing those kickers all across the NFL what a real kicker looks like. Because you're definitely doing it and you're in your bag, my brother. When it's contract renegotiation time, you ain't going nowhere because we're going to pay you just like you weigh, my brother. So keep doing your thing. But I will say this, all good things got to come to an end. So, with that being said, we're going to come straight back at you next week. Same place, same time,
right?
Different material. Peace.